funny story. After I bought the quad angle, I thought I was invincible. And I go, oh, this is easy. I got this down pat, right?
Yeah.
So I like a week later, I got $3,000 in my pocket. I'm thinking I'm hot shit, and a guy lists a Torker 280, like an 83 Torker 280, a different Torker, not the rusty one, another one.
Okay.
And I drove up to Azusa, I think. I met him in front of like a McDonald's.
Right.
And I gave him $3,200.
Oh, jeez.
$3,200.
How your wife hasn't taken your debit card? I don't know. So I was coming up with notes as we were waiting. Yeah.
We got take two now.
Take two. All right, start fresh, dude. Let's go.
Start fresh. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on the BMXPERTS Podcast. As always, we got Danny, Kevin here, rocking the boat, and coming to you just us today, right, Danny? We don't have a guest. We're gonna do a little bit of freestyling.
Yeah, we were joking around a few moments ago about not being nervous when there's no guest on. I told Kevin, because Kevin's like, I'm having some computer problems. And I'm like, dude, we can't get fired. We're our own bosses. So.
Dude, man, it's so stressful. It's so stressful, man.
It is when you, Kevin was saying, when we have somebody in the chute ready to start recording and we're glitching and having technical problems, that's super stressful. It tends to be more on my side more recently. Yeah.
At first it was mine, and then now it's become yours. And today it's back to me. But, we were talking on the first take about our recent guests, high-profile guests. We were blessed enough to have some pretty high-profile guys. So I hope we don't let anybody down today, man. But I think we're going to do a little bit of recapping. Yeah,
so in the last 6 weeks, believe it or not, Kevin, it's been kind of hectic for us. We had Shane on with us one week, but after Shane, it was Dale Holmes, Jason Richardson, Craig Reynolds, Greg Hill, Stu Thompson, and even Kiyomi Waller came on, and we still have guys that are kind of in staging. We just haven't got the timing down, with them. So as soon as we can get them on a free moment, we got more on the shoot, man. We're looking at a pretty big 2026. If we can stay on this pace,
it's gonna be nutso, dude, nutso.
Yeah. So we were just starting to chat, and we were going to talk a little bit about recapping some of the guests that we had, and we'll start with Dale. And I mentioned that what I liked about Dale was his overall knowledge of the sport. Like he seemed to have the answer to pretty much any trivia question I could throw at him that was BMX related. And his rider knowledge is insane. It's almost a shame that we didn't try, who was on what team. Let's see who can name those riders the furthest along, because, man, we got a lot of feedback on that. And that's something else I wanted to talk about later, Kevin. We can look at some of the feedback on Facebook.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people. But, yeah, it seemed like Dale had a great time. I hope that we can get him back on, definitely play some more trivia. And then I just have to make sure that I'm more I got to be UK friendly for him, because a lot of the US pop culture, he was like, I didn't watch US TV, so I was like,
he knew his Culture Club trivia though.
Yeah, he's good at the music. He was all right on the music. Yeah. So that just tells you, man, music is transcendent, dude. It goes all over the world. So it's a whole different thing.
Yeah. With Dale, I learned a lot when Dale was on.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. So that was very informative. And I always enjoy learning something new for the next podcast or for the future or for future trivia. It's always cool.
Yeah. Then Jason Richardson came on. Now, Jason, that was the one guy I had to really, me and Kevin were both kind of on the same wavelength on that one. I'm like, he's so smart, man. I don't want to come across like an idiot. That was kind of like my, when we got into conversation with him. You could just sense he's super intelligent and he's very professional, you know. And
yeah,
he was
like focused, man. Like
that's the right answer.
And I was like, wow, this is how this guy rode. No wonder he was so good.
Yeah, and you know, after we got done with Jason, I was thinking to myself, I go, that guy would be an amazing motivational speaker. Because everything he said, I was like, that's such a great way of looking at it. I took a bunch of notes during that. I felt like I was at work, dude, because we used to watch a lot of the motivational videos at work. And I'd sit there, be taking a bunch of notes down. And normally I'm taking notes thinking of questions I'm going to continue to ask. But I'm like, oh, man, that's a great thought. He did great trivia as well. I think, did you guys tie when you played Jason?
Yeah, I think we tied.
Yeah, that was great. What did you think of Jason yourself?
Yeah, you know what I liked? What was refreshing about Jason? It didn't seem like he was worried about pulling punches, about his opinions on things, and that was refreshing.
Yes, because remember he talked about the big hill. He goes, "That's stupid." I was like, "Wow!"
I never knew that people did like the big hill.
Yeah, either did I. I just assumed, and he's raced on the big hill, so I just assumed that he liked it. You know, so when he was saying that, I was kind of shocked, but I'm like, "You're right. That was super refreshing." He's like, I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think it's stupid.
Yeah. When you're that high up the totem pole and you have that much respect from your fellow riders, you could do that type of thing, and that's very refreshing.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't agree with him on was he said all pros should be racing 29-inch bikes. I think he said something about that, and I might be misquoting him. I hope I'm not. And I was like, I don't know about that, because Terry Tennant had commented. He goes, Jason's on the right track. They should be on the bigger bikes.
Wait. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Jason Richardson said that all pros should be racing 29ers?
Yeah, he was talking about the trends of bikes are going to the bigger bike. Jason had brought up in the interview that he thinks the future of BMX is in the bigger bikes. And I'm going to probably misquote this because I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but I think he said something along the lines, can you imagine an elite pro BMX race on 29-inch bikes? And I can't picture that because my mind is so set on a 20-inch bike that I don't see that being exciting to watch because it's not a mountain bike, it's a BMX bike. And then Terry Tennant had mentioned that Jason was kind of on the right track talking about the future of the bigger bikes. But again, I don't consider that BMX though, the big bikes. I think it has its own thing. It absolutely has its own thing, but I still have a hard time seeing it as a race bike, but I could be very narrow-minded because I've only ever ridden on the 20s, other than a 24-inch cruiser from time to time. Do you recall that now?
I remember talking about 29s with Shane, but I don't remember talking about 29 race bikes with
Jason.
With Jason, yeah, I'm surprised.
He had mentioned it, and the reason I remembered is because Terry brought it up again, because he said him and Jason are on the kind of thinking in the same direction, I should say. But other than that, I thought his interview was awesome. I liked playing trivia with him. He did well in trivia. And then after that, we moved on to Craig. Craig was kind of fun. And you know what? Craig caught me off because he's got a lot of colorful language. He cusses a lot. I didn't expect that. Because when you watch his podcast, he's super professional, right? But when he came on ours, he was way more relaxed, which was fun, by the way. And then his BMX knowledge is fun. And I like talking to him about his other interests outside of BMX. That was a lot of fun. And he's a dude that I would love to have come back, because when he got off with us, before he got off the line with us, he was saying, man, I got a lot more stories. I'd love to come back. So he's a guy that we need to think about bringing back on as well.
That poor guy. Do you remember we were trying to shoehorn his episode in? It was I gave him 2 hours notice, and he's like, let's do it. So he was super accommodating and super cool about it. So that was really nice. Yeah,
and he was worried it was going to be like an hour and a half. He goes, man, that's a long time. But then he said himself, he goes, that went fast.
Yeah,
because and that's the thing. It's like when we're talking, I'm always looking at the timer in the left-hand corner of the screen, and I go, okay, we're almost at the hour, and I know that we got to start shifting gears at that point. All right, so then we went from Craig, and then we got the big one. That's when we had Greg Hill come on.
I think that was our Hotel California, dude. I think that was our high point. I think that I have maybe so many comments from people saying that was their favorite episode of ours. That was great.
Yeah, that's definitely the best one we've done. And that was the one that I was genuinely, for him and Stu, I was nervous. Yeah, the other guys I felt okay. I was like, okay, I'm good. I can handle this one. But those two guys, I don't know what it was, man. Especially Greg's, because I was like, man, I'm really nervous because I know Greg is no nonsense dude, you know. But he turned out to be super fun to talk to, man. He was laughing immediately.
Dude, I still don't know what you guys were laughing at. People have asked me what was so funny at the beginning of the episode, and I don't know. What were you guys like? Because I was wearing glasses?
I put it on my short. There's a little caption in the short, and what I said was, you were putting your glasses on. And, you know, you had your glasses on, and I'm like, Kevin, what's with those glasses, man? You look like Austin Powers. And me and Greg started laughing. You just didn't hear me say that part.
I didn't hear you say it, man.
And then I couldn't stop. It wasn't that funny, but I got the giggles. I couldn't stop giggling, and that's why he was laughing so hard. I mean, that's one of my favorite intros. I've already used that a couple times. I made a short out of it. I put it on the intro of one of my videos.
What are you guys laughing at? What's so funny? I didn't know. I guess it was the glasses, but I was like, why are they tripping so hard?
Yeah, because you didn't hear the punchline. That's why it was. Yeah, but Greg's deal. The best part about Greg is he's got this picture. I mean, his memory is so good, dude. He tells you what's going on in every race. And he was talking about the Jag World Championships. I made a short out of it, and the way he described what happened in that race, when you hit play on the race itself, it's exactly what he said. Exactly. And I was like, holy crap, that's exactly. He said he went right to the chalk. He went right on the inside, and if you watch the race, he does exactly that. Then he says, then I had to adjust to keep Eric from passing me. And you can see him going over the next jump. And he's way on the outside, and he has to slowly kind of bring himself back in the inside again. But he does it very seamless. You know, that's why the dude was like legendary. You know what I mean?
Right. In that episode, I learned that Greg Hill was offered Brad. I had no idea. I was totally flabbergasted, and I had no idea that was even a thing. I don't know how you knew that, but that was a great question, and we had a great answer out of that. That was very cool part of the interview.
Oh, the rad part. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I had heard him mention that he didn't want to be in it because he was chasing the championship. But he didn't elaborate on it, and I wanted to know more. That's why we asked him about it in the show. With Greg, Greg's going to come back, and I've had conversations with him, and I told him, I go, what I'd love to do is go through your book with you and review the images that are in the book, and have him tell us what's going on in those shots, because he remembers everything. And it's super fun talking to him, man.
And the Robinson story coming back on the team. His friend calls and it sets the whole thing up. Awesome story. And then did you? I didn't notice this until a couple of days ago, where I said, I go, you came crawling back, dude, and in the background, your daughter was crawling at the same time, trying to stay out of the camera. Did you notice that?
Dude, we watched it the next day. I was showing my family. We were all hilariously laughing. What happened is my daughter was here, her girlfriend was here, and her dog ran in my office and was chasing my daughter's cat. You guys didn't see that part.
No.
And then she didn't realize that the cameras goes all the way out to my hallway. So she was trying to crawl underneath the view of the camera, and I was like, just get up. Just get up. We can see you. And
that was the exact same time where I was saying, you went crawling back to GT.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was funny.
And then when she got the dog, which was on the other side of my desk, I'm like, just get up and walk out. And she just did, because I'm like, I don't care if you walk in. Just come in. That was funny as hell, man. Yeah, we were all watching it in the living room, man. We were cracking up. I go, watch this scene, guys. And we were all watching it. It was hilarious, man.
I edited the video and I didn't even notice until I watched it later on.
I forgot to mention it to you. I knew it had happened, so I was waiting. I told them, because after we got done filming, I said, I cannot wait to show you guys that video because I could see you crawling up my hallway. And she goes, you can see me? I'm like, 100%, man. The camera opens up. It was hella funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting some more time with Greg. And then Stu.
Well, hold on. One more thing on Greg.
Yeah, go ahead.
How freaking cool was it after the interview, dude? When he reached out, I don't want to say names.
Yeah.
He reached out and said, "Who do you want? Who do you want?" And I was like, "Dude, pinch me, man. I can't believe I'm reading this, man. It was awesome." And I'm convinced that the only reason we got Stu is because Greg vouched for us.
Yeah, he was a big fan of the show, and he's like, "You guys have a good show. I want to see more. I want to see you guys succeed." When he said that, I was like, "Wow, thanks, man. That's awesome." Because we've been scratching to get guests, and a lot of times, I don't know if you look back to last year, Kev. A lot of times it was just me and you.
Yeah.
In several episodes, we just made it work the best we could.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome when he goes, "Have you guys asked Stu yet?" And I said, "Well, I really haven't had the guts to ask him." And he goes, "He's consider it done." I'm all, "Wow, man,
that was awesome." Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, dude. That's a really good point, and that's why we're trying to get. We don't have to put a lot of effort getting him back. He's pretty much volunteering to come back. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then when Stu came on, well, actually we had Kiyomi first, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Kiyomi. That one, he's quiet. He's a quiet, reserved guy. So at the beginning of the interview, I was a little bit nervous. I'm like, oh man, I hope he's comfortable. That was what I was worried about more than anything. But within about 10 minutes, he was good. He was just going. He was sharing great stories. I love talking about that.
You were a little worried about Kiyomi?
Yeah, at first I thought he was uncomfortable with us at first. He doesn't do a lot of podcasts. He's only ever done Dale Holmes' podcast, BMX Weekly. So when he came on with us, we're only the second one he's done, and he rightly admitted, he goes, "I don't do these very often." So I knew he wasn't 100% comfortable, but within about 10 minutes, he was good. He was telling us all kinds of stories. His race now. Oh, he had some great stuff actually when he was talking about how he prepares for the race, how he locks in an A, B, C. I was like, that's awesome. I love that one. That was great, man.
And you know what was really cool about that is that when he gave Eric Group a shout out, saying that he was the only guy that he really ever liked or listened to, and Eric Group really helped him out a lot. And then after we dropped the episode, Eric Group commented saying that Kiyomi was the best. We had nothing but singing the Kiyomi's praises on the comments of the video. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. And that's hopefully we can have some personal conversations with Eric without committing to anything. Hopefully we can get him on. But anyway, yeah, I thought Kiyomi was great. Man, he did really good during the trivia. And do you ever notice, Kevin, a lot of guys will say, "I don't really want to do the pop culture," and then they do great at it.
Or just a trivia in general. A lot of guys are like, "Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know." And they end up doing fine.
Yeah, because I think when you hear the word trivia, your mind probably goes straight to a board game where the questions are all super hard. We're not playing Jeopardy, man. I make the questions relatively easy to get because I don't want people to shy away from playing. I want them to have fun with it.
Even Stu said you throwing softballs, dude.
I told him, I said, I'm going to throw you some softballs because Stu admitted to us, I don't remember anything. He was like, my memory's horrible. And he's like, people tell me details of a race they were in 20 years ago, and I can't even remember being there. And I go, okay, that means you've been to a lot of freaking races, man. if you can't remember everything. But I mean, let me ask you this, Kevin. If I said, oh, okay, Kevin, so in 1987, when you won the 17 and over expert class at such and such race, can you tell me what lane you had? You're not going to know either. You probably have a couple that you have in your. Is there any races, as a matter of fact, I'll ask you this. Are there any races that you know the details of everything from that race?
This is my first race. That was it.
That's the only one you have knowledge of? You remember? Yeah. What happened? Okay.
In detail.
Okay, tell me what happened in that race.
Well, I was a 16 beginner.
Okay.
My first race, and I had to race 16 experts.
Okay.
And I had lane 8. It was on a Saturday night.
Okay.
I had to race all experts: Corey Clark, Grant Inman, Mike Chapman, Mike Guittardi, and another guy that I don't know his name. And
so
I got smoked.
Was it total points, or did you have to transfer out? Do you remember?
Oh, transfer out. Yeah. And I didn't get out.
So did you get last in every round? Did you have 3 chances? Okay. So that's the one you remember?
That's the one I remember, dude.
Yeah. I got a couple in my memory banks, man. How about your first win? Do you have your first win locked in?
I remember the first expert that I beat. That was a good one. I was a beginner, and I beat an expert. And I don't want to name him because I think he watches the show.
Oh.
But I'll talk to him. His name is Grant Inman. He's from San Marino, a neighboring city to South Pass. And I believe he was the first expert that I beat as a beginner. And that was a good one. And then I remember the first time I beat a pro, I was an expert. I might even have been an intermediate, and I raced a pro. My friend that was on the team. No, I was an expert. I beat a pro. Yeah.
Dang, were you guys practicing or something? Is that what you're talking about?
It was a full on race, and that was the one where he said, "Dude, don't even think about beating me tonight, or else I'm going to leave you here." And I beat him, and he left me at the track. And, but he did come back for me though.
So I can tell you,
we were friends, dude. I mean, like we grew up in the same city. We went to the same. We were friends, man. And asshole left me at the track.
That's what you get, dude. So I can tell you, I got a couple that are really fond memories. And the first one was the first time I got a trophy. And so just a quick recap, Kev. I probably told you this one of the very first times that we talked. I think I showed you my very first trophy. And it was in 1983. And, dude, I had never even made a main. And I raced for almost a year. Never made a main, no trophies. Because the rider counts were – I was 12 years old, and the rider counts were pretty big. There'd be like 2 gates of 12-year-olds, and so I just wasn't transferring out. I was getting beat up every weekend. But I loved the sport so much, I kept trying and kept trying and kept trying. And finally, it happened on a Friday night because we were racing under the lights. It was cold. I remember it was cold, and I made the main in the second. I had never even made a main. So I finished, I think they were taking 2, 2, and 2. I finished second in the second round, and I made it to the main. And I'm like, I'm in the main, and I'd never even been in the main, dude. So here it is, main event, right? All I'm thinking to myself is they give trophies to 4th place. Finish 4th, and you get a trophy. That's all that was in my head. I just want a trophy, right? And so the gate dropped, and when we got through the first turn, I was actually in 3rd place. And I'm like, I'm in 3rd. And I remember my young mind, dude, just like, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Just follow the guy in 2nd. I didn't even try to pass anybody. I was just like, just finish 3rd, and you got it, right? We got to the finish line. We were coming to the finish line. We went over the last jump. And there was a kid. He was much taller than me. He's got to be a 6-foot kid. I was probably 5'4" at the time, right? He stopped pedaling. He sat down, and I passed him. I didn't even realize I passed him. I was so locked in on just get 3rd. I passed him at the finish line. I go back to the car, and I'm telling my mom, I finally did it. I got a trophy. I'm going to get a trophy because we had to wait until they did the trophies at the end of the night. I'm like, I did it. I was so pumped up. My mom's like, wait a minute, I think you finished second. And I'm like, no, I finished third. And I was still in denial, dude. And then we had to go to this trailer where they were handing out the trophies, and they said I came in second. And when they handed me the trophy, the other guy that I passed, his friend was saying, dude, why did you just give up like that? He goes, I don't know. And that's when I got my first trophy, dude, second place.
And what you were the Mongoose back then?
I was riding this really off-brand Taiwanese bike. It was called a Sakaya.
Yeah,
and so it was a very entry-level race bike, but it was mine, and it was mine. I used it, until I outgrew it or broke it. But anyway, yeah, that was the first time I got it, dude, and I was super excited. I still have the trophy. It's in my garage. I know exactly which one it is, man.
Dude, when I went in the Marine Corps, my mom threw, or my parents threw away all the trophies.
They threw them away?
Yeah, they just disappeared. I got back from boot camp, and I'm like, where are the trophies at? They're gone. They're gone along with all my GI Joes. They disappeared.
Oh my God. Yeah, there was a lot of riders that were very, very good, back in the day, where they had so many of these trophies, because we'd get full on trophies every weekend, and they would sell them back to the tracks. And I was like, I never wanted to sell mine back. I just wanted to keep them. So I just kept them. There's been some that have been broken when I moved and stuff like that, but I have the majority of them. There's probably 130 or 150 or so in my garage, and there's probably another 50 at my mom and dad's house still. Oh. Yeah, there's like this, because I had 3 shelves in my bedroom when I lived with my parents, and I emptied out the 2 shelves, and there was 1 shelf above the closet that had all the smaller trophies on it. And I was like, I got to get those too. My mom just said, just leave those there. You can get them later. And I never got. They're still in there to this day, dude.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot up there. But now it's like, fast forward to today, unless you're really at a national, you're not going to really see trophies anymore. They give you most local races give you medals, or you're going to get plaque. The plaques are pretty cool because you can hang them up on the wall. But even at state races and stuff like that, it's usually pretty big plaques that you can hang up. They're pretty cool. And but they eliminated the actual trophy, I guess, for the expense of it all, is the trophies and all that. Did you, when you were at Dirty Fest, what kind of awards are they giving? Do you remember?
I never got that far, dude.
You didn't even go look and see what they were?
No. I never looked. I never wanted to get bummed out. No, I never looked.
I think with this upcoming Dirty Fest, because me and Kevin have both been talking about, actually racing. I'm not really worried about what kind of awards there are. I just want to have fun, not fall. That's the main thing, and make sure I beat Kevin, so I can turn around and go, "What's up, Kevin?" Yeah. Oh, so I have some questions regarding that. So you want to talk about?
Hold on. I want to talk about Stu for a minute. Oh, sweetheart, cool dude, man.
Yeah. He was he was funny because I couldn't ask him details about a race like I could with Greg. So I had to find other ways to relate to him, which was really easy to do, by the way. Because when we were talking about his history with Huffy, SE Racing, he had all kinds of stuff that he could talk to us about, which I thought was really cool. And one of the things that's most impressive about Stu is that he was kind of like the Babe Ruth of BMX. I bet you Stu could have raced for anybody he wanted when he was at his heyday, right? And he was getting big contracts, because imagine this, Kev. You already are a factory rider for SE Racing, but Redline gives you such a big contract that you have to leave SE Racing. Then you're on Redline, you are Redline, and then Huffy comes along, offers you such a big contract, you have to go race for Huffy. That happened to him twice, right? Or how does that even happen? Can anybody else?
Yeah, what I thought was weird was when he said that after he left Huffy, I think he tried to get another ride, and no one wanted to bring him on the team because they thought he cost too much.
He was too expensive.
He got out, right?
Yeah, he said it was we can't afford to sponsor you, and I I guess the only way we can relate to something like that is being overqualified for a job, because I've heard that before. No, you were a manager, you're overqualified. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just want to get on the phone and make money. You know what I mean? It's the same. It's the same thing with Stu. He probably just wanted to make sure he can get to the races, and he'll make his own money. Because if you go back to Greg for a second, he said that while he was running GHP, he took no salary, so he made a living off of his winnings and his co-sponsors.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
You know what? I'm so glad that we didn't ask either Greg or Stu the typical questions that everybody else asks them. I'm so happy that we didn't do that, and I think that they appreciated that. What I was found fascinating was that Jesse James funded his movie.
Yeah, that was a big one. We found a gold nugget when we asked that question.
I don't know. He may have already said it on a podcast that I haven't seen, but
yeah,
when he said, Jesse James funded the movie, I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
I still have to send him a message so we can order some of the DVDs for myself and you.
Yeah,
yeah. He said he's even willing to autograph them, but you have to pay a little bit more for the autograph ones.
So we're talking the Stop and Stew one, right?
Yeah. He had a whole box because when I asked him about the DVDs, he goes, "I got a whole box," and he brought it out. So he must have several hundred. So we definitely need to order one of those. It's actually a great video, dude. I've only seen it once, and I saw it at my cousin's house, and I go, "Dang, this is really good," and I never bothered ordering it. And then when I did decide to get it, I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah. So anybody out there that wants the Stop and Stew video, movie, video, whatever, he has them, and he wants people to reach out to him through Facebook, I believe is what he said.
Yeah, and then he'll fill the order and send it to you. So definitely, and autograph it. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving forward, me and Kevin have been Kevin's been putting a lot of effort into creating merch and race gear for us to go to Dirty Fest, which I feel kind of guilty because I'm like, God, you're doing so much, dude. Don't do so much. You don't have to do that. And Kevin's like, no, man, we got to look cool.
We gotta represent, man. We gotta represent.
Yeah. So our race uniforms are, which Kevin could probably put an image up here on the post edit, but we're going to be going in there looking mean and lean and race machines all in black. So we should look pretty cool.
I don't know if you want to come up with something different on your ass, but if the track is closed, I don't know if you want to change that or not. But yeah, you still have time.
Yeah, I was thinking just put my first name on there. Yeah, because I was like, because the track is closed. When I looked at it, I go, oh, that's going to look really busy. Just put my name on there. All right. Hey, Kev, who's making the race kits for us, by the way? You want to give them a shout out?
Yeah, it's going to be a Cindy Partee. Her family used to race at Azusa, and I saw someone drop her name as being able to make uniforms for people, jerseys, that type of thing, on another post on Facebook. So I reached out to her, and she's going to proceed on with making their kits for us.
So can you, when you do the post edit, you want to put her Facebook link on there or something like that, or page?
Yeah, I'll reach out to her. I think she has some sort of a Facebook group for her business or whatever, what she makes stuff. I'll reach out to her before I put it.
She might even have a website, for all we know, right?
Yeah. But my son did all the artwork. I will put a link, or I'll put something up for my son's business. He's a freelance artist, graphic artist, and he could do artwork for other people, logos and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So go ahead.
I was going to say is Kevin's been riding already. So I saw your short on Facebook, man. You were at a bike park actually getting some bike time in, and I was thinking, this guy's taking it serious, man.
I don't want to get smoked, and I was like, you know what? I better get out. Now, I have different training methods or ideals than you. You're doing sprints and all this other crazy shit. All I'm going to do is just do bike handling and gates I ran today. I ran a couple miles today, but nothing crazy. But I want to get my speeds up and down, my turns down, so I'm comfortable and I don't slide out. I don't get all weirded out in the turn. So that's what it is. So yeah, I went to the Gale Webb's bike park about right next to my house, and I went there Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
And did some stuff. I'm feeling pretty good. Now I'm taking it slow.
Yeah.
I'm taking it slow and steady. And then I went to the gym today. I ran a couple miles on the treadmill. And so hopefully I will be coming back slowly but surely.
Yeah, man, just take it easy. And like the best way I've learned as far as when I was a kid, how I used to master jumping and everything, I would just do it slow and then do it a little faster and a little faster and a little faster until you can just go full speed and you don't even think about it anymore. I mean, that's how I did it when I was young. Now with the way that track, I've never raced on a vintage track. So I was rewatching the Dirty Fest video I did last year. And I was like, okay, so it's dusty, it's loose. The jumps aren't too big. So we just have to try to stay on two wheels, I think. I mean, I don't know your opinion, man.
There's only one jump, really, and it's a tabletop. There was only one jump with a tabletop. So, yeah, just stay up. Put your foot out and stay up. But so I talked to Mike Miranda today.
Okay, what happened?
And we all know that there's been a lot of chatter, right? Rick Carter has been sending us texts and messages saying a lot of people a lot of other YouTubers / podcasters are interested in doing the BMX or the podcast grudge match race at Dirty Fest. Remember all this?
Okay.
All right. So everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, Mike will do it." But I was like, "Has anybody ever talked to Mike about this?"
Yeah, we're making big assumptions here without talking to Mike.
Big plans, and no one's even actually talked to Mike.
Yeah.
So I called Mike. Mike called me back today, and I go, "Hey, dude, has anybody ever talked to you about this grudge match race?" And he goes, "Yeah, there will be no individual three." What he said was there'll be no individual category for podcast racers. However, there will be a grudge match podcast YouTuber race at Dirty Fest. They're trying to figure out how they're going to do it.
Oh, they're trying to create create an actual class for that?
No, he's not going to do that.
Okay, so wait a minute. That's conflicting then. So how is he going to, if he's saying there's not going to be a podcast YouTuber race, but then he's saying there's going to be one, what does he mean?
There's not going to be a class for us, but there's going to be a race at the end or something. We're all going to race.
Oh, so it'll be for fun, basically, after all the real races.
Yeah. Now,
well, that makes sense, yeah.
But he did make sure that, he told me, now, all of you guys, podcasters, that are going to do this grudge match race have to race another class for the insurance. So, in other words, we're both going to have to go in there and race the open.
Yeah.
And then after we race the open, that'll get us on the insurance and open the door for insurance coverage. And then we can, I think, then we can go and race the
podcast, the YouTuber race.
Grudge match. Yeah.
That's crazy. Do we know who's committed to wanting to do this so far?
Me and you.
Yeah.
And Rick, I think Rick Carter confirmed.
Yeah, he mentioned a bunch of names. He said there's enough of us to have two gates of maybe 5 or 6 each. And then so I was like, wow, there's that many, but I guess there could be, because if you figure Jason Richardson wanted to do it, Dale Holmes wanted to do it, any of the Dirty Knobs guys, that's 5 right there. Me, you, and then Rick Show, that's 2 more riders. I mean, there's other shows. Dude.
Actually, Mike made a comment like the reason why he's not doing. He made a comment that's saying like no one's going to beat Eric or Dale, so don't worry about it. Like don't even think about it. And I was like, yeah, I know where I could beat him. Yeah, I know. But,
they're gonna smoke it. It should be like, okay, if you were a former pro You can't play.
Yeah, dude, is Rick Carter fast?
Yeah, Rick could ride. Yeah, and he could ride. He could ride side hacks too. He's good. Yeah, he's an expert level rider, so he can ride.
He's a current expert.
Yeah, he could race. He's good. He's always beaten me to the first turn during practice. He's younger than I am.
Okay,
so
right.
all these guys are going to be a handful, dude. So I'm like, whatever. It's just for fun, right? But I still don't want to look bad. So let's just me and Kevin were joking. I said, Kevin, I'm going to be your blocker, dude. So I'm going to knock everybody down. So in the first turn, and then you just go for it.
Then I said, I should be the blocker, dude. You should go for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's hella funny, man. Yeah.
So one more thing on that. Everybody knows that I used to race for Maine Bikes, and I love Maine Bikes, and I still live vicariously through the team. And I mentioned on the last episode, on the field trip episode, we did the factory GT riders, right?
Right.
And we said it was Craig Bark and Mike Luna. And
right.
Then I mentioned both those guys raced for Maine Bikes before my time, before I got on the team.
Yeah.
And Craig Bark sent me a text today, or a message saying, or was it today or yesterday? Yesterday. And said, hey, what do you think about doing a Maine Bikes meetup at Dirty Fest? And I was like, dude, that's incredible, man. So I talked, so that's one of the reasons why I called Mike to see if he minded, if he cared if we did a mini reunion meetup at Dirty Fest for Maine Bikes. And Mike said, absolutely not. That's cool. Go for it. He loves the idea. So if all the Maine Bikes riders out there, I won't name anybody because I don't want anybody to feel obligated, whatever. But if you rode for Maine Bikes, any Maine Bike shop in Southern California, you went there, you raced one of our team members, stopped by the tent on June 6th at Dirty Fest, and hopefully there'll be a bunch of Maine Bikes riders there.
I'd like to interview some of those guys for my show and your show too. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I can film that stuff. Oh, speaking of which, are we going to be able to have a spot like last time? Or we are?
Yeah, that's a funny story.
Okay, what happened there?
When I was talking to Mike, I had him on speakerphone, and my son was doing his thing in the loft, and I was talking to Mike, and Mike's like, dude, we're gonna get you a spot this year, and I go, you know, Mike, maybe we don't need a booth because Danny are gonna be racing. I don't know if we're gonna need a booth. And my son throws a shoe at me. He goes, dude, you need a booth. You need a booth. I'm like, okay, sorry, Mike, we need a booth.
Yeah, we absolutely need a booth, dude. We need a place to pit. That'll be our race pit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's gonna be awesome, man. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I think you mentioned before, I don't even think we need a spot. I'm like, yes, we do. Please take one.
Yeah, we do.
If the man's offering us one, take it.
Take it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a couple questions regarding what you plan on racing. You showed a photo of your power light, and you got some pretty positive comments on that. And so it's a power light. What is it? P51?
Yeah, 1996 Powerlite P51.
Okay, awesome. How are you feeling on that bike? Does it feel short enough or long enough for you? Is there anything you're going to do to it prior to the race? Any modifications, changes?
I'm not even going to fix the stickers on my number plate.
Oh my God, dude, please buy a number plate. I went on Planet BMX, speaking of which, and because I don't want to run, a box plate at Dirty Fest. So I did notice that Planet BMX has the Haro 1B number plates in stock, and they sell the oversized numbers that can fit on that plate. I think they're like 7-inch numbers or something like that. It looks pretty dope. So I think I'm going to probably get one of those. We'll see. Or maybe we should reach out to Mike Rodriguez and maybe get some crit plates.
Well, I'm sticking with my cardboard one, dude.
I'm gonna set this thing on fire as soon as I see you.
The first day I went to the bike park, I'm taking my bike off the rack, and there was a woman there. She was probably 40, something like that. And she looked at my bike, and she's like, "Oh, that is cool. My son's gonna love that number plate."
No way.
Yeah, damn it, see.
Now, Evan, you could still run that silly ass number, but you could put it on a real number plate.
I'll think about it. I'll consider it.
All right, so outside of the number plate, were you gonna do anything with the tires, pedals, grips, brakes?
You know what? I right now I'm running a 20 by 1.25, and when I'm doing the pump track, my rear tire's washing out sometimes, and I got it pretty much maxed out on tire pressure. So I'm thinking about seeing if I could fit a wider tire in the back on it, or I have some like what are the like the comp one, like the nice chunky knobbies. I don't know what they're called. I have a pair of those I might put on too. Well, because you need a little bit more traction in the loose dirt.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go. What I was thinking about for me is with the Skyway here, because when I built this bike, I kind of put the little modern flair on it. So I'm probably gonna take the tough wheels off and put some Araya 7Xs on there, and put some Comp 3s, because right now I got power blocks on here.
Oh yeah.
So
get rid of those.
I don't want to race power blocks because I'm going to slip and slide everywhere. So I'm thinking, that's all I want to do is maybe get some Comp 3s. And I saw that they have, it's actually on Planet BMX as well. They have some SE wheels that are just red anodized wheels, and they're sealed hubs. And I think they're like less than $200 for the set. So I think I'm going to get a set of rims, spoked rims, the tires, and maybe a number plate. And then I'm good to go. I think that's all I'm going to change. I could leave the tough wheels on, but I want to be able to go faster though. And a lot of people race tough wheels though, so I don't know how big of a disadvantage it is on that track. You ran tough wheels on one lap, didn't you?
Well, my first race I ran tough wheels.
Did you feel way faster when you swapped back to the wheels? Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, because I was on the gate and I could see my front wheel doing this as I'm on the gate, and I'm like, "Whoa, man, check it out!"
Yeah. So
they didn't bother me in the race.
Oh, really?
But on the gate, I was sketched out about it, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put my wheels back on."
Yeah, it's either I can't race the PK. Obviously, that's not a repop. That's a modern race bike. So the repops are okay. So I'm gonna run that one. Like I said, I'm just gonna do a couple tweaks to it. Nothing major. Just not. I'm worried about the traction, because I was looking at those tires. I go, man, I don't think I saw anybody that had power blocks. Everybody has knobbies on. Yeah, so you got to get busy with that. Are you gonna rock your full face fly helmet, or are you gonna invest in an open face for the race?
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I misplaced my visor riser, so I don't know where I put it. So if I had an open face, I would have to. I mean, I guess I could screw a snap in like I did when I was 16 and just put it up higher. But I don't know. I think we should match. But are you wearing a mouth guard or no?
No, I won't. I probably won't wear a Jofa. And I got the. I have a full face helmet too. I could bring that. But I was thinking I was going to run the open face, but I could do either or.
What color is your full face?
Oh man, my full face is like lime orange and green and black. It's matches my fly uniform, so it'll work with a black uniform, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
What I want to do is I want to get the new BMXPERTS Rockstar logos.
Yeah.
Right here on my jawline. Right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I have to order stickers, dude. I got to figure out how to order stickers now.
If you go on Amazon, you can find any stickers, man. That's how I stickered up my open face. I found like the Skyway stickers, the lightning bolts, all that. I
want stickers like the old Oakley stickers where you put it on and you peel off the top and it just has a lettering. I don't want a big square. You know what I'm talking about?
That's how that's how this one was. I'll show you. So see the Skyway sticker on the back?
Yeah.
That was all like peel and, put it on and then peel it off. And then the Skyway one's on the top, same thing. And then, but this one here, that's what you don't want. You say you don't want.
Yeah, I don't want that. So I have to figure out how to get the right sticker made.
Yeah. And then same thing with the lightning bolts. That was just peel and take off. So I'll probably use this one, but we'll see, because that's months from now. I could change my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna have. I'm gonna do the full face. I'm gonna crank my visor up, and I'm gonna have Rockstar or BMXPERTS Podcast right here, and then maybe I'll get some sort of power light sticker for the back, like you got Skyway.
Yeah, dude. If you have, where are you gonna get these? Are you just gonna put Rockstar stickers in general? Is that what you're planning on doing?
No, I'm gonna do the BMXPERTS Rockstar logo.
Oh, you're gonna make them?
Where you been, dude? It's on the logo. It's on our jersey.
I know, but I didn't know you were gonna make stickers too.
I'm telling you, I'm making stickers out of that.
Oh well, in that case, give me a couple stickers.
No shit.
Yeah.
So, but I want them to be the cutout.
Yeah.
Not a big square.
Right. So the only other option I had, and we talked about it, was you have another power light that I was thinking, well, I could just build that out. But I'm like, I don't know, man. It's by the time you ship it to me and I ship it back to you and I put parts on it, yeah, we're gonna both waste a lot of money.
Hold on.
All right. Oh man, stop kicking the frames on the floor, dude. I know that's what you did just.
In my office, man.
That bike's pretty trick.
So it has repop flights, power light, wheels.
Oh, dude, that's totally rideable as is.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Is that? It looks a little. Well, it's shorter than yours, but that doesn't matter because I'm shorter than you.
Yeah, that's why I don't ride this one, because it's too small.
Shit, I might be able to. I could race that technically, but I'd have to practice with it.
It has fake Sun Tour pedals on it. You love that.
I used real Sun Tours.
I'm just saying. It has the Sun Tour type.
I could race that. I would just have to practice with it a lot because it's going to feel way different than everything that I have right now.
We should meet halfway between our houses, and I could give it to you beforehand.
Dude, that is like a 4-hour drive. I'm not
man. You can't drive 4 hours?
I'm not a truck driver like you, dude. I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll think. All right, we'll put a pin in that. How's that sound?
It's here if you want it. I'll drive 4 hours for you.
All right, awesome. And you're a truck driver, dude. Just throw it in the cab of your truck and drop it off when you're near my house.
I never know. I drive by your house all the time, but I never know when I'm going to be there until I'm coming back home.
Yeah, you're going to have to pull into the Walmart. Because I live close to a Walmart, and I'll meet you at Walmart, dude.
Meet you at Walmart, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's all I have planned as far as bikes concerned. I'm anxiously awaiting the kit because I think that would be fun to wear locally too. So if I like the way it fits and wears, I'm just going to race with it in general. And I think you mentioned the same thing. You want to take it to your local track.
I'm shifting gears, dude. I'm like downshifting right now, and I was hoping to get I ordered us some T-shirts and some hats.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd be ready for this podcast, but they're not ready yet. But so we're gonna have the new BMXPERTS Rockstar logo here, shirt, and so I'm gonna start hitting up the bike park every time I'm home, and which is cool, sitting on top of the hill, and everybody's coming up to me, dude, where the hell did you get that bike from? That's cool, dude. That's so old. And I'm like, it's really not that old, dude. But
it really isn't, yeah. But if you think about it,
and I hear kids whispering, "Hey, that's an old race bike. That's an old race bike." And
well, think about it, dude. The bike was built well before most of those kids have been born. So yeah. So that's definitely stands out. You got a 90s bike. That's why dude, I'm kicking myself so hard because I wish I had my original PK Ripper, and I really wish I had my GT Box series, man. I really wish I still had that bike. Was good to go. I was racing that on modern tracks.
Yeah,
it was
so, that and am I gonna change anything else on the bike?
yeah.
No. I may get it. I may take it to the local bike shop and have them tune it up, make sure everything's tight, everything's good to go.
Right.
But maybe if I get lazy, I might take it to a bike shop and have them look at it. But other than that, I'm good. So going forward after that, we're gonna have our kits, and I'm gonna hit up Grand Prix on a regular basis, and I'll be out there racing my power light or riding my power light. Probably not racing it.
You can get some gate practice in at least.
Yeah. Maybe get my face out there to maybe someone might recognize me or something like that. Get some listeners for the podcast.
It's fun, man, because I went to the local races here in Manteca. I told you the Sunday before last, and just kind of being in that environment and people racing and just filming. I just soak it in. I love being in a BMX environment, so it was a lot of fun. They only had about, I think, 18 motos, but there was open, so it was a lot of guys getting back on the gate, and I was like, God, that looks exhausting, because it's like you race your class, the open's free, so you go and you jump back on the gate and race open, but you can see they're really gassing out, because, man, you do a hard lap on a regular BMX track, I need about at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes to just let my body calm down before I get back up on the gate. So, yeah, at least 30 fests will be downhill and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to ask you something else, Kev. Let's just shift gears really quick. Bikes in your inventory. I was thinking about this the other night because we were going to film on Sunday, so I was kind of thinking about this. What's the most number of bikes you've had in your possession at one time? And have you ever got to the point where you just didn't have anything?
Not after I had all my bikes. At my peak, maybe 30.
Wow, you've had 30 at one time. Is this just parts, or these are completes?
Well, all of them.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So I think I mentioned to you that I used to have kids that would pick up bikes for me.
Oh, that's right.
So I would go out in my truck, and I'd lay in the back of the truck while the other guy's driving, and I would go on to OfferUp, Craigslist, whatever. I find a bike, and I would say, okay, how much you want for it? I'd negotiate the price.
Right.
And then I would send the address to the kids. I had 3 high school kids that worked for me.
Okay.
They had cars.
Okay.
And I would pay them the gas money, and I'd pay them to go get the bike, and I'd give them the money for the bike. I would not PayPal. What's the other one? Venmo. I'd Venmo them the money.
Okay.
I'd pick up the bike, bring it back to my house, drop it off at my house, and I'm still out of town.
Yeah.
They would do this probably 10, 12, 13 times a week for me. I'd get back home on Monday or whatever, and I'd have a whole stack of bikes waiting for me.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
And then I would take them all apart and put all the parts on eBay and Craigslist, that type of thing, and sell them.
That's kind of a good system that you had, dude.
Yeah, but it wasn't sustainable, dude. That's when I pissed off eBay, and they kicked me off eBay, and the kids quit on me because I wasn't paying them enough. And
yeah.
These kids were getting paid more than I was, man. It was like crazy money I was paying these kids for gas money. But
yeah.
I had a lot of bikes, man. A lot of bikes.
Was it your objective just to build a massive inventory so that you can start flipping the parts? Was that kind of your game plan?
I didn't care about the inventory. A big inventory. I just wanted to flip the parts. It just some weeks I could get 5 bikes. Some weeks I got 10 bikes. It didn't matter. I just took them all apart, put them on eBay, and that type of thing. The really cool ones I kept in my personal collection.
Right.
And then after, oh boy, I got kind of strapped for money when I hurt my leg, and I was on disability, so I sold most of them.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I sold the Maui Blue Pro Performer.
Oh yeah, that was the unicorn that you
Yeah.
found there.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you have did you have a price point that was in mind when you were snagging all these bikes in volume? Was it like nothing more than 200, or or less, or what was the price point for you?
Interesting question, man.
Yeah.
So at first it was like as least as possible, $100, $200.
Right.
I'd scoop up power lights all day long.
Wow.
And then then it came down to one day I saw a 85 quad angle on OfferUp, and the guy wanted 2,700 for it, and that was a fortune for me, a fortune.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of money.
And I was like, man, but I think it's worth more. And
Yeah.
I watched that bike, and it was on week after week after week. And no one bought it. I was like, wow. So I reached out to him. I said, dude, what would you take for the bike? And he goes, would you take 22? So he goes, okay, fine. So I bought it for $2,200. I went up and bought it, came back, and I ended up selling it for $3,000.
Wow. That was a big come up. Hey, so real quick, when you threw down $2,200 for the bike, I mean, well, you probably paid more for the Daryl Young, I think. So yeah, so you did, yeah. But were you freaking out on that, dude? Because that's a gamble to say, hey, I'm going to sell it for more.
There may be the video. I think I still have the video on this channel of when I went to get it. I made a video. Maybe it's still, if you go way back in my stuff, I made a video about it.
Okay.
And I was petrified.
What was it about the quad angle that you had to have it? Do you remember what was on it?
Yeah, it had white Mike Buff Z rims. It had a perfect redline forklift or stem. It had I forgot the bars.
Do you know what cranks were on it? Were there 3-piece cranks on there at least? Most guys would have put.
No, they were one piece. They were like Takagi one piece.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you really wanted that, dude.
Yeah. And if I could find a picture I got a lot of pictures to look for. If I can find a picture of that bike, I'm going to put it in this thing. I sold it to a guy that a very, I forgot the guy's name, but he's a very, very big collector and on SC stuff. So if you're on the SC page, whatever, you know who this guy is. I just don't remember his name.
Yeah, that's why that's me and Kevin have talked about it before with my original PK Ripper. I let it go for $500.
Yeah.
And it was an early '80s frame and fork. I bought it in '89. The frame and fork was hanging in this bike shop forever. And I walked in and I needed a frame and fork. And I told the guy, I go, oh man, how much for the PK? And he said $250. I go, come on, dude. He goes, okay, $150. And I'm like, wow, that's a horrible negotiator. So I bought it.
That's bitching, man.
Yeah, I got it for $150. And then I had all the parts, so I just built the bike, and I had there was a Haro Group 1 stem on it. I Frankensteined it together, but it looked so cool. I had Boss bars on it, profile cranks on it, Cashmax seat. It was dope, man. Chrome Ukiyo wheels, Comp 3s, and I just wish I would have kept it. I'm like, God, dang, that thing I probably could have sold it for a couple grand, but but honestly, I wish I would have just kept it permanently, just had it hanging in my office here. Do you have any of those, Kev? You're like, oh, I should have kept that. Is there anything like that?
There was a rusted torquer. Now, just go back on way back on my stuff.
That one I've seen that.
You seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rusted torquer. I wish I never sold that one. So funny story. After I bought the quad angle, I thought I was invincible. And I go, oh, this is easy. I got this down pat, right?
Yeah.
So I like a week later, I got $3,000 in my pocket. I'm thinking I'm hot shit, and a guy lists a Torker 280, like an 83 Torker 280, a different Torker, not the rusty one, another one.
Okay.
And I drove up to Azusa, I think. I met him in front of like a McDonald's.
Right.
And I gave him $3,200.
Oh, jeez.
$3,200.
How your wife hasn't taken your debit card? I don't know.
All right. So here's the deal. This one had fake Redline V bars. It had an original Torker stem.
All right.
6-volt stem.
All right.
Redline 401 cranks.
Okay.
Flight cranks. The single pinch, the original, the first gen cranks. A cherry set of alloy 7X rims with sunshine hubs.
Yeah.
And I bought that for $3,200, and I brought it back home. And I put it on for $4,000, and people were laughing at me. Right? Get out of here, man! You stupid fuck! Why'd you? So I took. That's when I started taking bikes apart. So I took the bike apart. And I took the frame, and I got it I got it powder coated white, and I had the stem stripped, and I got the last laugh. I made like another grand after I took it all apart, dude. I sold just the cranks alone. I sold for $800 just for the cranks.
So and this is a conversation we've had before. So your honest opinion as a buyer seller, it's always best to piece it out, unless you have something that's like a holy grail bike, like if you had a Mongoose Motomag or an original Redline, all built up, that was stock.
I pieced out a holy grail. I pieced out 2 holy grails. So okay, 99% of the time, you could probably go buy a complete bike right now from the bike shop,
right? And
this is what I did when I had my bike shop.
Okay.
You go buy a bike at cost. So like back when I had my bike shop, an entry level stolen brand BMX bike, $125, $160, something like that, $150. My cost.
Your cost, not retail, right?
My cost. $220 retail.
Okay.
I buy the bike for $120, $130, whatever it was. I take it apart. I never build it. I sell the bars separately, the stems separately, the crank, the wheels, the tires. I triple my money, dude. So whenever you buy a bike, 99% of the time you can piece it out and make money just on that.
That's kind of genius in a way, dude, if you think about it.
Okay, I've never tried this. But I'm pretty sure that if you go to Walmart and buy a Huffy, for $100, and take it apart, and put each piece on Craigslist or each piece on eBay, I bet you make more than $100. I bet you double your money.
We're gonna have to test the theory, but but I think you're onto something, man. Because obviously you are, because you've done it. Anytime you can't sell the bike, because you've told me a couple stories. The hutch. You had that badass hutch in your house, and you parted it out.
I broke even on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It seems to work out for you.
Okay, my Diamondback.
Yeah.
Okay, my brother gets a phone call from one of his friends.
Right.
And goes, dude. His friend goes, man, I got this Diamondback that I grew up. I bought it when I was a kid, and I don't know what to do with it. Do you know anybody that wants to buy a Diamondback? It was like an 82, 81 medium pro Diamondback.
Okay.
And my brother's like, yeah, dude, my brother buys bikes. And so my brother reached out to us, put us in contact. And this is also on my old stuff, one of my finds. Go back to my old stuff. It's one of my finds. It's you'll see it on the thumbnail.
Okay.
And, it was chrome. It was a pretty good condition. The frame and fork, the Maxi Cross Diamondback cranks were perfect. Great. I bought it for $800.
Okay.
I made $2,000 on that thing, man.
Wow.
It was nuts. The guy gave me the original receipt.
For the bike itself?
Yeah, and he didn't buy it from a bike shop. He bought it from the distributor in like Chatsworth or something. It wasn't even. He bought it before it even reached the bike shop.
Man, so you really, man, you parted out. You did part out a Holy Grail. That bike was complete, dude. Completely stock.
As it came for 30 years, 40 years or whatever, it never changed.
Wow.
It had every part that was on the bike on the list on the receipt, and every part on there was there except for the Diamondback pads were missing. Other than that, it was all there. And
when you started listing the parts for this Diamondback, how quickly were the parts going? Did it take a while, or?
Dude, I sold it. I think I sold those cranks for like, oh man, it must have been $900 for those cranks. They were absolutely perfect.
Wow.
The energizing was perfect.
Was that a buy it now, or did it auction up to $800?
Oh, it was a buy now. I sold it to I had a couple of guys that were my regular customers that would reach out to me all the time. And when I got a new bike in, I would just text them, say, "Hey, I got this bike. You want it? Or I got these parts. You want it?" And they'd come by the house, or I'd meet him somewhere. I had a couple of good customers, dude. And yeah, I sold the cranks, and man, I made a lot of money on that bike.
And so when you acquired all these bikes, you got, like, let's say you have 30 bikes in your inventory. Are they all stuffed in your office there, or did you have them in your garage? Did you box them?
In my loft.
In your loft.
Yeah, they were all lined up.
Dude, you have such a nice wife, dude. I'm a single dude. I could pull off that stuff. I got bikes hanging in my office, but I don't know how you got away with that, dude.
Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
The 3 kids that used to get my bikes.
Okay.
They were in my house more than my own kids. They were all run up and down. They were on the computer listing stuff for sale, all this stuff. Well, they called it Mr. Wilson's Museum. That's what they called it. This is going to go in Mr. Wilson's Museum. Wow. So I found a Diamondback, 24-inch Diamondback reactor. It was probably like a 2002 maybe reactor, I think it was, 24.
Might have been older.
Huh?
Might have been in like a 90s. If it's a reactor.
Might have been. It was I got it for $300.
Okay.
And I sent the kids out to get it.
Okay.
And they go out there and they're oh yeah, we told the guy that this is going into Mr. Wilson's museum and stuff like that. They're all happy. They brought it back to my house. I put it in my collection.
Yeah.
I end up, like, a couple weeks later, I put it on eBay and I sold it for $600 on eBay. Nice. I doubled my money.
Okay.
Fast forward like a year, I want to buy a new car. So I go to the Ford dealership down the street, and I'm looking to buy a Ford Transit to transport my bikes back and forth. I'm still doing the bike thing.
Okay.
And the guy goes, "What do you need this transit thing for?" And I go, "Oh, I buy and sell BMX bikes, and I have these kids picking up bikes for me." And he kind of looks at me and goes, "What's your last name? Is your last name Wilson?" I go, "How the hell did you know that?" He goes, "Are you Mr. Wilson with the museum?" I go, "Yeah." And he pulls up on his phone. He was the one that sold the kids the Diamondback.
No.
Yeah, so I bought my bike from him. So it turns out that he bought it for like $50 from a yard sale.
Oh.
Sold it to me for $300.
Yeah.
I bought it from him at $300. I sold it on eBay for $600. And then a month after that, the guy that bought it from me tried to sell it for $700 on eBay. I don't know if you ever sold it or not.
That thing was just going up and up and up and up and up.
Going up. Yeah, I didn't make all the money, but I made some money. But yeah,
I can see why you would do that, because it's got to be a lot of fun when you're starting to see your inventory grow, especially when you're selling things.
Yeah,
it's fun, yeah. But you said the monkey.
I still talk to the guy this day. Every now and then he'll reach out to me and say, "Hey, you want to buy this bike?"
Are you there, Kev?
He'll reach out to me to this day, say, "Hey, you want to buy this bike or that bike, or what do you got, or something like that." Yeah, he's a cool guy.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. Every time I talk to you, I feel like I find out something new. That's funny.
My family's house burned down in the fire. You didn't know that either.
Yeah. When you brought that up, I like those reels. Oh yeah, that's another thing we could talk about. Is you went to the equestrian center? Is that what it's called? Okay, so what's the history on that?
Dude, that's where the national. That's where the national. I think it was a national where Eddie beat Greg, right? Wasn't that in Burbank?
No, I think was that the finals? That was the ESPN finals. I think you were at. I think because it was underneath that big roof, right?
I was underneath the roof, but there was in one of those Kellogg's or one of those Jag things. You can see that pavilion in the background of the track. It's a different national.
Okay.
So there was probably 2 or 3 nationals at the equestrian center. The one I went to was underneath the pavilion, right?
Okay.
That's also the same place that RL raced the horse.
Yeah, I was in that same, but that was outside, obviously.
Outside. I tried to find that field.
Right.
And I drove all around, but I couldn't find it. I think that they built buildings on that field. I couldn't find a field big enough.
Is that now? That's just dedicated to rodeo. Is that what's going on in that thing?
That's dressage or whatever it's called, where they gallop up and down and they jump over the.
Oh, okay.
People chase, maybe.
Yeah. So there's no more racing going on in that place at all, then, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they had a race in that same place that the Jag Worlds was at. That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I went over there and I went there maybe 3 years ago, and I filmed a video, and it was during COVID or whatever, and there was nobody there, dude. It was just it was weird, man. I was like, wow, dude, this is weird up here, man, creepy. And this time I went back, and it was a lot better. Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, yeah. So were you truck driving during COVID? Were you in the same trade?
Yeah.
Dude, how great was it during COVID? Well, I shouldn't say great because people died during COVID, but there was nobody on the road, so it must have made your life very easy when you were driving all over the place, truck driving, right?
I'm the one guy that traffic really doesn't bother me when I'm in the truck.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm sure it was better for us. But it was fine. I didn't have any problem with it.
I just remember.
I never got COVID. I took 2 shots. I never got COVID.
Neither did I. Knock on wood, man. I got my shots because my mom just insisted you have to get those immunizations, and I had to go twice, and then I got the booster, and I just never got it. And we went to Universal Studios, and I still didn't get it. I was nervous though, Kev. I was nervous, man. I thought I was gonna. I thought for sure it was gonna hit me. I even went to a concert, and there was 17,000 people there, man. And I was thinking, oh God. COVID. What was that again?
You did this during COVID?
No, it was after COVID, but it was 2021. I mean, they just started opening things up. So when you got to we saw Maroon 5. I went with my ex-girlfriend, and you had to bring your shots. You had to show that you had your shots to get in. Or you had to either bring a negative test or bring your immunization card to get in. There was so many people there, dude. I was like, oh God, please don't get sick. That's all I could think of the whole time because I was paranoid at the time, but I was fine. Nothing happened, man.
Dude, what's your favorite Maroon 5 song?
Jeez, I can't even. There's so many good ones, dude, and I don't know the titles of them. I just recognize the songs. How about you? Do you know?
That Sugar one is my favorite.
Well, that is a good one. Yeah.
That's a very catchy tune, dude. And I hope I don't have to turn in my man card, but that's a pretty good song.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'd have to because there were so many people at that concert, and the only reason I went is because my ex-girlfriend asked me to go with her because the people she was going to go, or the friend she was going to go with, canceled. And she goes, well, what do you think? You want to just go to the concert with me? I'll sell you the ticket. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. And so we just went as friends or whatever. But it was awesome, man. I was like, damn, man, I love all this music. I didn't know how much I liked it.
What is your guilty pleasure on music that you would be hesitant to admit?
Oh, we kind of talked about it already with the Christopher Cross thing, man. That Sailing song. Yeah, that's definitely one of them. And I love Commodores, dude. And Lionel Richie, that's embarrassing. But Lionel Richie's on my Pandora. Some of the, how you could select artists. He's definitely in there. And yeah, I listen to him. I like Michael Jackson. Some people are ashamed to admit it, but I love Michael Jackson.
Dude,
and
I'm a Katy Perry fan. I'm a Taylor Swift fan, dude.
All right, that's okay. That's okay because I like Lady Gaga. So does that help a little bit?
Dude, that song "Wildest Dreams" and "Blank Space" by Taylor Swift are good, man. And then "Fireworks" by Katy Perry that's a good song. I mean, I don't like all of their music, but I like a couple of them really, really well. Yeah,
it's hard to relate sometimes to the newer stuff because I tend to listen to the old stuff a lot. So, but there's a lot. As far as new artists, I love The Weeknd. I can listen to anything he does.
I don't like that dude, man.
Yeah, I love The Weeknd. I love Ariana Grande, dude. I'm like, I love this chick.
I can't tell you what she's saying.
I just like her music. So I think she's shifting over to just being an actress now. Like, I was reading something about she wants to take acting serious because of that whole, what is that movie, man? The Wizard of Oz spinoff that's super popular. You know what I'm talking about?
That stupid movie, yeah, Wicked, right?
Wicked. Man, dude, people love that stuff, man. I watched Wicked here with my sister happened to be in town, and my best friend was here and his wife before they moved to Hawaii, and we all watched it. And I was like, "You guys want me to fast forward the singing?" They're like, "No." But it was pretty good. I mean, it's good for me to watch at home, but I don't think I'd want to pay to go see a musical. I've just never been a big musical fan. I don't know about you.
Christopher Cross, Sailing, Sticks Come Sail Away. Oh man, dude, when that song comes on, woo!
What about guilty pleasure movies that you might be embarrassed to admit you like? Do you have any of those?
I'm not embarrassed at all, dude. The Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond, awesome movie, dude.
I've never seen that.
Awesome movie.
Really?
Yeah, dude, awesome movie, dude. I love that movie, and I'm a huge Neil Diamond fan, man. Huge Neil. Before it was cool. Now it's cool. Like, I want to be a Neil Diamond fan. I was a Neil Diamond fan in like 1989, dude, when no one cared about Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Did you? There was a recent movie on him. Oh no, I guess it's a guy that was he's like kind of like he does the
impersonator.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch that at all?
No, not yet. But my funny Neil Diamond story is when I got married, I wanted my first dance with my wife to be Love on the Rocks, and my wife flatly refused. Dude, she's not that cool.
That's funny, dude. And is there any other movies that you'd be surprised if you said that you liked it, or we would be surprised, I should say?
That's all that comes to mind. The Jazz Singer, dude. Great movie. Great movie.
There's a lot of older 80s movies that I'm almost embarrassed to say I like. I like Fatal Attraction. I just watched it the other day. I just rewatched it, and I was my daughter walked through was leaving, and I go check it out. I'm watching Fatal Attraction.
And actually, dude, in that movie, whatever they did to her in that movie, she was looking good because she never looked that good in any other movie she was ever in, dude.
You're talking about Glenn Close?
She was looking damn good, man. I was like, oh, damn, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I thought that was really good, man. I love the movie Christine. I can watch that anytime, dude. I've watched it a million times. The Stephen King movie. Yeah, I love that one. These are movies that I will rewatch, and I know that you and I will watch Rocky movies over and over again. And I watched the Back to the Future series over and over again. I love that. Yeah. Have you ever watched Groundhog Day? Because I was talking about that with my coworkers the other day.
Once or twice. I can't tell you anything about it.
Yeah, I like Groundhog Day, and there's just some millions of man. We can talk about movies all day. As a matter of fact, Kevin, we should start a separate channel and just review movies that have nothing to do with BMX.
Yeah, dude, cool, man. Hey, I think I told you I watched Basic Instinct a couple months ago.
That's a great one, dude. Basic Instinct was really good.
Dude, what they showed in that movie, I forgot, man. I'm like, they showed him going, man.
Yeah, that movie's pretty graphic.
Like, wow.
It's graphic, yeah.
Graphic shit, and I was like, dude, man, I would have let if my kids were like 10 or whatever, like, okay, like, go on, you can watch it, that's fine. I didn't realize it was that graphic, dude. Yeah. Yeah,
man. Me and Fred were talking about it one day, my buddy Fred, and we talked about, before we had him on, he said he remembers watching Porky's when he was really, really young, and he thought that was insane. And now you watch it, you're like, whatever. But back then, it was like, whoa.
Oh, dude, that was, yeah. Beulah Ball Breaker, dude.
Yeah. That movie was great, man. There's just a million of them, dude. I should have wrote them down.
Hey, since we're on this, I have a story to tell you. This is a news story that I've never told. It's probably the funniest one I've ever encountered. Do you have a couple seconds? I want to tell you a story.
10 minutes, man. We can close at an hour and a half exactly. Go for it.
Okay. I'm in junior high school. I'm probably in 9th grade. My brother's probably in 7th grade.
Okay.
And we're not very popular, but we're not nerds either. We're normal.
You're middle of the road, basically.
We're middle of the road, and we had 2 bathrooms in our house. We had an upstairs bathroom and a downstairs bathroom.
Okay.
And one night we were getting ready to go out to a party of some kind.
Right.
A pretty popular girl at school, calls the house. And when she called the house, my mother answered the phone. And she says, "Can I speak to Kevin, please?" And my mom says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Kevin's in the bathtub." And then she goes, "Oh, okay, never mind. Can I speak to Brian?" And she goes, "Brian's in the bathtub too." And we didn't know that she said this, right? We go to school the next day, and it's all over school that Kevin and Brian bathed together. My mom didn't tell her that we have 2 different bathtubs.
And the fact she could have said you guys were like, oh, they're in the showers.
Yeah, it was like Kevin and Brian bathed together.
That's like your any chance that you had with that girl went out the window when your mom.
I never had a chance with her anyways, but yeah, dude, it was all over school. That was a big joke for forever that we bathed together. We did bathe together, but we were like 7 and 5 or something. 4.
By the time you were in high school,
3 and 5, maybe 3 and 5.
But nowhere near high school age. Dude, I'll tell you one more. We got a few more minutes. So I was in high school, right? And so you have to picture. I want you to picture this. There was a classroom, like say there's a classroom right in front of us here, right? And this wall was just glass, and you could see into the other classroom. Can you hear me? Okay. Every time you put your head down, I think you lose me. So this wall here is glass, so you could see into the other classroom. So there's this classroom and that classroom. And anyway, man, it was the beginning of class, so it was a couple minutes before everything started. And there was this girl, I couldn't even tell you what her name is, man. I don't even remember at all. But I thought she was super cute. And I worked up the nerve to go, I'm going to go talk to her, man. So I went and I sat on the edge of the desk that was like right in front of her type thing, you know. And, you know, if you can picture high school desks, it's just a little piece of wood that wraps around you in the chair. So I sat on the edge of the desk. I'm like, hey, so what's going on? And the desk went, sunk. It slipped out from under me, dude. And I fell flat on my ass. Dude, the desk made so much noise when it crashed onto the floor. So everybody in the classroom was laughing, staring at me. And then the class next door to us all came to the window and saw me sitting on the floor. And that was horrible. And then I remember, I think I was in a business management class. His name was Mr. Filbert. And Mr. Filbert's like, Danny, get up. Danny, just get up. Just get up. And he was making it worse. I'm like, I'm trying to get up. Shut up. But yeah, there was many. I could tell you a lot of embarrassing high school moments, dude. But this is why I'm glad that you and I grew up in the age that we did, where not everybody has one of these, or they can take photo and video of every mistake that we ever made and document it forever. At least we don't have to worry about that, man.
I wish I could tell you the story, man. How can I tell you the story? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna try and see how. I was in 8th grade, and we had a computer science teacher, and this one female teacher was pretty attractive for being a teacher.
Okay, not like today where all the teachers are on today.
And she was like, let's say that she didn't wear any protection up top.
Okay.
And she would lean over my shoulder to show me how to use the computer.
Yeah.
And she would purposely wear loose fitting, and I would turn, like I'd ask her a question, and I'd turn my head, and it was like eye level, dude. And I was like, is she doing this on purpose or is she doing this on accident?
Yeah, yeah.
And she did it all the time, man. And I was like, why are you doing this? Don't you realize what you're doing? And I to this day, I don't know if she did it or not on purpose, but I was just like, I've asked women since then, I go, do you think that you did it on purpose? And there were people tell me, oh, she absolutely did it on purpose. There's no way.
Did you ever ask any of your classmates if they experienced the same thing with the same teacher?
I was scared out of my mind, dude. I was scared out of my mind. I did not want to. I didn't want to tell anybody, dude. I was just.
Oh, you were in the 8th grade.
8th grade, dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, dude. I mean, I know that sounds funny, but I'm like, it either she was really like ignorant to what was happening, or she 1000% was like, I get a thrill out of doing this.
It makes me wonder if she was like, what if I would have said, hey, what's going on, man? If I would have got anything, I have no idea. But I was a meek little scrawny kid. I wasn't like nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
maybe that's something that you use for later. Kevin has. When I have my Kevin private time, I imagine myself in the 8th grade.
those were the first. That was the first pair that I've ever seen.
Oh wow! And did you ever tell your brother or anything? You don't even know. Huh?
But people were. I was on a South Pasadena High School Facebook group, and I mentioned it on the group, and Facebook struck down the post, dude.
Oh boy. That's funny, man. All right, Kev, I got nothing else for us tonight, dude. That was a good almost hour and a half perfectly, man. We did it.
I sent you 3 bikes. Can we talk about one of them?
You want to do that really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it. Let's see here. Let's see. So we got, these are Facebook Marketplace bikes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's roll them, dude. I'm sorry. I know. Are you? You need to go? You need to eat dinner?
I can smell dinner, but I could go a few more minutes. That's no problem.
I can hear your dog, and you can smell dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's do the second one and the third one.
Okay, that first one's a dyno, so you don't want to do that. They wrote GT dyno on it. You hate that.
I hate that, dude. I hate that.
All right, so we won't do that one. Okay, let's go to the second one then.
Dude, I like this bike, man.
If I can get it to come up, let's take a look. Hold on a second. Hey, Rachel, can you get the dog, please? Yeah, she's driving me absolutely crazy.
No problem, just walk.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. Huffy Pro Thunder Z2 BMX bike. I remember kids riding this bike because of that square gusset
I like this bike, dude.
Yeah, I absolutely remember. I remember people riding this bike, 100%.
Now, this bike looks almost original.
I would say outside of those pads, well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Those pads might be legit, dude. Oh, yeah. You know what? It has a gooseneck pad on it. It's, you know what I mean? It's made from just a regular gooseneck. It looks like he zip tied it. He zip tied it in there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's missing the pedals, dude. Hey, check out. Can you explain to me what this is? Is it 2 speeds? Because look at the second image and zoom in. It looks like the brake cable is going down. Does that look like it's 2 speeds to you?
Yes. It says missing the derailleur.
That's okay. I'm not familiar with a 2-speed BMX bike like that. That's pretty trick.
I don't even know if it's factory.
You think they added that on?
They had to have. I've never seen a multi-speed Huffy BMX bike. If it's out there, comment in the comments. But this bike, I like it, dude. I just think that it's overpriced.
Well, he wants $500 for it for a Huffy Pro Thunder.
Yeah. I mean, I would if I was in the market. If I was still buying, I'd pay $250 for it.
It says in the description, it's a vintage Huffy Pro Thunder Z2 bicycle, mostly original parts, gold Araya wheels. Those bikes didn't come with Araya wheels, so you know he added that. Gold Diacomp brakes and brake levers, Shimano shifter, which is not pictured, rear derailleur that I have. So he has a derailleur, but it's not on the bike. So the cons: no bearings in the headset or bottom bracket. Brakes need some hardware. Not original seat post or seat. Yeah, I don't know. $500 seems a lot, but I'm digging it just because of the retro.
And I just think I love the patina. I love it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, this is very cool collectible bike. It's not something you would ever want to ride. It's just something you definitely would want to collect. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. All right, so go to the third one.
All right, let's do the third one. Okay, let's see here. 78 Diamondback Pro 20-inch. You want $3,200?
Okay, bear with me. I don't know if it's good or okay. It looks like it's been repainted.
Okay, and that sprocket definitely doesn't go with that bike. But look at the stem. The stem that's definitely vintage.
Let me see. What kind of stem is it?
I don't know, but it's that. Look at it, dude. That's like a 70s style stem.
Oh, it looks like a Cook Brothers copy, maybe.
Yeah, it's got a tough neck power disc on it. It looks like, and it's got some old school knobby tires on there. The seat, it's got an American Eagle on it. Do you know what that seat is, dude?
Yeah, it escapes me at the moment. Brooks, maybe?
Yeah, man, $3,200.
But you know what? You know what is really cool about this bike?
What's that?
Look at the forks.
It's got double dropouts on the forks. I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
It looks like he replaced the axles on the wheels because those are new axle nuts that are on the wheel. So he probably repaired it.
This has been repainted.
Yeah. The only thing is, it's the one thing that drives me absolutely insane, dude, is when people they leave the handlebars in that Chicago style.
Look at the grips, dude. They're like a Oakley 3, but not as ugly.
I was looking at that. Yeah,
Have you ever seen those grips before?
Let me go back and look at it again because now you got me curious. He showed a close-up of the grips, didn't he, in one of these images? Oh, there it is. I don't know what that is, dude. That's not an Oakley grip.
No, it's kind of a Oakley-esque.
Yeah, it's actually smooth looking. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. As far as this bike's concerned, this is like a $150 to $200 bike, and that's my call on it.
You're way off, dude. You're way off.
Is it the frame that's making it unique? Is that a first generation Diamondback?
Close, probably.
Maybe that's what's bumping the value up on it.
It's the forks, dude.
Those forks have to be. Are those actual Diamondback forks with the double dropouts like that?
Double dropout Diamondback forks. Yeah.
Okay, so that frame and fork is what's driving the value of the bike, because that's got to be a first generation Diamondback, dude. I've never seen anything like that.
What do you mean? It doesn't look any different than any other Diamondback. What are you talking about?
Look at the gusset. The diamond is big. It's not small. It's bigger. So that gives me the indication that's a very early Diamondback. Okay. Because as you get into the like 1984, 85 Diamondbacks and up, the diamond in the gusset is much smaller. In the original Diamondbacks, it's bigger and longer. So that's how I know right away it's an old Diamondback. I can tell right from that point.
What kind of what kind of rims do you think those are? They almost look like.
They don't match.
Yeah, they don't match. One's yellow and one's chrome, right?
Oh, you know what, dude? It's the building is reflecting off the front wheel. They're both chrome.
Are they? It looks like 7X, right?
Yeah, those look like Araya 7Xs, but they look much newer than the bike itself. You know what I mean?
What kind of hub? Sunshine hub, do you think?
I can't tell from that angle. Well, maybe the Susie? I mean, I can't tell.
Okay, all right. Anyways.
Yeah, that's
I thought this bike was interesting. I don't think it's worth $3,200, but I think it was interesting, and it's been repainted, I believe.
Yeah, after you said I'm way off, and then I started looking at the vintage, the age of the frame and fork. It is vintage, so I would say $1,500 based on that alone. If you were to sell the frame and fork by itself, don't you think it's worth about $800?
I bet you the forks are worth $400, $500 a piece. Oh, just for the forks.
And he might be in the ballpark, right?
I think he's no, I think he's high, but I like the bike.
It's pretty unique. It's pretty unique.
I'm just wondering what kind of grips those are. I bet you they're like messenger grips or something.
I don't know. We're gonna have to research that one.
So we're gonna have to research the Huffy to see if it came with a derailleur.
Yeah, that Huffy's really cool. That took me right back to elementary school days, because I remember kids ride with that square gusset on that bike. I totally recognize that immediately. Yeah, that's so cool. So cool.
I thank you for indulging me. I have one more announcement. I received a message from the Whittier Narrows BMX track.
Okay.
And the Whittier Narrows BMX track is over here in Whittier Narrows, California, out down by Rosemead, San Gabriel area.
Right.
And they have a track, and it looks like they're having a old school BMX show.
Oh, okay.
And I'll put the flyer on here when I edit the video. But USBA Pro Bike Show, 17 bike show classes, 2 Best of Show awards, top 3 awards in each class. And this is going to occur, I would assume, at the Whittier Narrows BMX track in close to Rosemead, California. And this is going to occur on January, February, March, April 18th, 2026. So if you're in the area on the 18th of April, you can go by and check out the vintage BMX show in Whittier Narrows. And I told the guy that he could come on, but he never responded to me.
That's okay. You gave him a free free shout out.
The next one's going to cost you. I'm kidding. Okay, what else? Oh, let me ask you one question. So I sent you the pictures of Garfield Park. Was it totally like a that's it? It was totally you probably go like, that's where you guys used to ride?
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, I don't get it. You guys, what, you just ride in the grass? I was like, what is this all about? But
that's kind of my point, because the jump was like maybe a foot tall.
Yeah.
And this is why I like jumping the flat because we had to go up. The jump was only a foot tall. We had to get up, get over the picnic tables, get past the picnic tables, and land on flat. So that's what we used to do, man. And that was where we jumped, dude. And if you notice, a bunch of guys that I went to school with commented on that video. It's like, dude, I did 4 trash cans. I did 3 trash cans. So that is where we. And my house. You saw my house where I grew up. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that one I haven't watched yet, but I saw the beginning of it, and I think I got a phone call while I was working, and I go, oh, I got to watch that later, and I put it down, and I never circled back to it, so I got to go back to that one.
And the only reason I did that was to kind of like tie the stories in with the location of a picture, so people can see what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You definitely inspired me, though. When I find some time, I'm going to go down to my old neighborhood, and I'd love to just kind of ride my bike around the neighborhoods I used to ride through, and go to Treeview where I used to practice, take some footage there. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I need to try that.
You got to go to the old man's house and see where what was his name, Mr. What?
Oh, that was Mr. Thurman.
Mr. Thurman.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin about that. I told him, I go, yeah, dude, I shared the Mr. Thurman thing. And he goes, dude, I can tell you exactly how to get to his house. I go, really? Because I can't. I have a general idea where it was. But he goes, I could drive right there right now. I know exactly where it is.
Oh, wow. That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, my dude. I'm going to eat some dinner.
So, what do you do when you're not with me, man?
You can find me on YouTube, Danny Pena, BMX Racing. I do race reviews, BMX magazine reviews, all BMX content all the time. Please like and subscribe. We're almost there. 988 subscribers. I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm almost there.
1218 here as of today.
Nice.
All right, everybody. As always, we appreciate you coming by. And next week, we're going to have a big guest, hopefully, on deck. And it will be a good time next week. Thank you very much for watching and sticking with us. And if you'd like to support the channel, go to BMXPodcast.com. Now, I'm adding Danny's mug to the website now. So Danny's going to be legit on the website too.
All right.
So a couple days. It should be done tonight or tomorrow. We get down there. I'm going to transplant the description I put on YouTube onto the website. So anyway, if you would like to support us, go to BMXPodcast.com. And you could grab some merch, and we do have new merch coming, and I will put the new logo up there right now if you want to look at that. And that is it. And until next week, peace out. The track is closed.